And you should have the option to record, Jesse.
Yeah, I already hit it.
Okay.
Just now. Do.
What episode is this? 171 or
Yep.
2? 1?
1.
All right. You ready? What was that?
I'm good.
Okay. You
I'm
ready,
good.
Justin?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm good.
Welcome back to another episode of Countdown to Geek Town. With me, as always, is Jesse.
Hey, how's it going?
I guess I should say my name. My name's Eric. And for episode 171, we have a special guest. With us is Justin.
Hey,
How you
that's
say your
me.
last name? McClarkey?
Yeah. I usually go by Justin Kyle just because it's
Kyle.
easier. Yeah,
That's right.
a little easier.
And you're from the Mr. Whistler's Clubhouse? Podcast?
Yeah, the second best podcast. Right next to this one.
You want to tell a little bit about it?
Yeah, Mr. Whiskah's Clubhouse I've been doing it for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in October. It's kind of just like a podcast about my life. I bullshit. I talk about movies, comics. Lately, it's more current event stuff, and
Sounds familiar.
it's just kind of it's like what the world looks like through the perspective of a 23-year-old kid who smokes way too much pot. That's the
something I
show.
should say. You're quite a bit younger than we are, and that'll touch up probably with the toys.
Oh my God! Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, I don't think the childhood toys will be the same.
Yeah, I was actually going to open with that. I was like, man, I was really curious to find out.
Yeah, I think we'll have I think we have one overlap, maybe, possibly, but I didn't actually put it on my list. But I saw you guys posted on Facebook. It was the He-Man Masters of the Universe toy line.
Yeah.
I had that toy line when I was a kid, but I didn't put it on the list.
Your grandpa had it?
No, my dad had it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I had the Castle Grayskull. I had the Tiger. I had He-Man, Skeletor, all of them. It was great.
Just fucking shoot me right now.
Those are vintage now.
Yeah.
Today I was training.
So are we, actually.
Oh yeah. Today I was training somebody at work. I finally got some help in my department, and I was training her. And she's a minor. She's only 17, and I was telling her how long I was like, I've been in the department for about.
You cut out, Eric.
Yeah, you cut out.
I can't hear you. He just
It sounds like you're having a wonderful
I
conversation.
know. Wow, he's just talking and talking.
Look at him go.
And he just realized that we can't hear him. Uh-oh.
Oh, we cut out.
Yeah. Oh. Man, it looked like a good story too.
Oh well.
You could see the veins in his forehead. Look
I know
at him.
he's just.
What'd I miss?
Hey.
What did we miss? What'd you do?
Yeah.
I stepped on the cord and
See? Damn.
about some rage.
Yep. Continue with your old man story. Let's hear it.
Yeah,
You
you were trading a
You're kicking your
17-year-old.
little feetsies out. Keep them in one place.
What was the last thing you heard me say?
You were doing something with a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
I wish this was better than that.
Yeah.
I was training the new girl at work in my department. I told her, I was like, I've been in this department about 4 years. That's what I was telling her something. And she's like, you've worked here for 4 years? Like, I've worked here for 18 years. I was like, I've worked here longer than you've been alive. And then I wanted to
I've
just
only
go
been in
jump
this
into Baylor.
department for 4 years.
Yeah, there you go. This is what broken down looks like.
Oh man.
So,
And you.
go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. What were you saying? I don't even
Go
know what I was saying.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about toys, action figures, collectibles. Run through our top 5. I guess Did you want to? I did top 5 that I own. I didn't really know
Yeah,
what.
I just did top 5 in
Just
general.
favorite?
Like,
Okay.
yeah, like if I've owned it in my collection in the 23 years of my existence, then yeah, I included it.
Okay.
But
and then
technically, everything would be childhood nostalgia on my list.
yeah. And then we'll just have like a general best of, or what was it honorable mentions? That's what
Yeah,
I'm looking
just
for.
a discussion of them.
Yeah.
And it pretty much kept electronics off of it. You know, the only thing I had to say was like the NES and the Super Nintendo and all that stuff, you know, if you
Yeah.
consider those toys, which they are, but
Yeah,
like that was our mainstay when we were little, you know.
I would consider those to be more toys than I would consider like an Xbox to be a toy. Because
Right.
now I think they're more,
Now they're
like the gaming industry.
mhm.
It's an industry now. Before
Yeah,
it
it's
was just a play thing, you know.
multimedia, you know, kind of device, you know.
Right. Exactly.
Back then you just put it in and played a game.
Mm-hmm. Like I would also consider like the TV games also
Mhm.
toys, like the 3 input games.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So, since you're our guest, you want to start with your number 5?
do we wanted to go top to bottom? Okay.
Yeah.
I
we
guess
just-
We
I guess
go we go what is it? You end on the high note. You end on
End
your
on
number 1.
Okay. All right. Well, then that works actually, because I almost didn't put this on there because it just seemed like a.
Now
just
we
seemed kinda
might not
cheesy.
know your toys because
Yeah.
they are so new.
I know, because it's like, oh, they're not even like. Okay, they're Funko Pops.
Okay.
I almost didn't put them on. The only reason why I put them on is because I was looking at my collection. I was like, all right, top 5. So looking around, I'm like, I have a shit ton of Pops.
I think everybody does.
It's like, and tactically, I started collecting them
Mhm.
when I was in freshman. So I'm like, technically childhood. So maybe. And I don't actually have the first Pop I bought. It was the first Pop that I bought was like a generic Superman one. But so Funko Pops is number 5 for me.
Right.
My current favorite, I would say, it's actually a tie between. It's my 2 comic book men Pops are my favorite Pops that I currently own. Walt Flanagan and Brian Johnson are my favorite.
But the one with
Pops.
the shirts on.
Yeah, the one with the shirts.
Those are freaking expensive. You can't even find them anywhere hardly.
I know, they're crazy.
So,
but those are that's I don't know if they're crazy ass fans or just people that want to take advantage of other people.
Yeah, that too.
That too. But yes, that's my number 5. What's on your guys's?
You go ahead, Jesse.
Eric, do you have any Funko Pops?
Yeah, I have the movie Big, that Zoltar,
Oh,
and I have a Jim Henson and a Stan Lee and Kurt Cobain, and then some of the Loot Crate ones.
yeah. I also have a couple of them. I bought my wife a bunch of the Twin Peaks ones, Breakfast Club ones. I have a bunch of Star Wars ones, stuff like that. I got a lot of them when I was working at a GameStop. So, you know, they're just everywhere. And who would have ever thought that Funko Pops would be a thing, you know? But
Well,
I mean,
that's kind of why, because they got the license to everything.
everything.
Doesn't really look like it, but it's got the logo on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
nuts.
neat though, but I mean, some of that is just kind of crazy. But like you said, some of them go for crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
and they're getting more detailed as the years go on, because I remember they were all in that just generic like vanilla pose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now they're more dynamic, and some even come with like display stands or
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
the
scene.
movie moments or whatever they call
Yeah.
them. Those are cool. But yeah, I kind of, like I said, I kind of felt kind of stupid for putting down my top 5. But
no, I mean everybody knows about them, so I mean that's a good pick.
I figured we'd get it out of the way.
Unlike mine, mine is going to be something from way back. Yeah, you were not born at all. It was like 92, I believe it was. Let's see if I can do the screen share. It was the Alien Toys by Kenner. And let's see.
I ain't seeing shit.
I know I'm hitting the buttons. But it's the Aliens toy here. It was the
Okay.
Power Loader.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, I've always had an affinity for the robots and and the arms. And I probably saw this movie way too young, but they made the toys for it, so I bought them, and I was lucky enough to get this one. So I wore this sucker out, and unfortunately,
Is this from Aliens 3?
no, it's from 2 when she
Yeah.
fights the big queen at the end of it. There.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and get away from her, you bitch. You know the famous line.
Right. Yes. Yep.
So she fights her, and you know, even though this is kind of a crude toy, and they've actually NECA has re-released it and made a really highly detailed. I think it's $200 or $150 version. My wife will not let me buy that one, but I desperately want that one because, man, is it awesome. I mean, it just seeing that thing just takes me back to my childhood. I mean, like, holy crap. Just putting G.I. Joes in that thing and just going to town, and there's a little missile at the top of it that you could shoot, and the little arms could grab things. So it was just like just having your own little robot and stuff like that.
How tall was it?
From what I remember, it was a little under a foot tall.
So it was like a considerable size.
Yeah, it wasn't too big and bulky, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't tiny. I mean, you could fit a 6-inch figure in it pretty decently.
Oh. Nobody can. I don't know if you guys are gonna like release the video, but like Eric just absorbed in the back of like a fucking chameleon, just, like disappeared.
It's for the people at home. If you've ever seen Mortal Kombat, he looks like Reptile right now.
Yeah, he does.
when he's that shitty Play-Doh chameleon effect. That's what it looks like.
Okay, I don't use this computer very often. And Microsoft,
here we go with the confusions.
Microsoft Edge just updated, and the whole screen went like white. And that's when I just blended into the background, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to fucking close it.
He only goes to Pornhub on it. That's okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. He's like, what's these other websites?
We should have done top 5 porn videos.
This is my porn computer.
This is my porn computer.
Okay, here we go. My number.
The FBI confiscate the other one. Is that why you're having trouble with this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It overloaded. It burned up.
Yeah, okay. So what's number 5 for you, Eric?
Okay, my number 5 is kind of a little bit of a nostalgia thing because, well, not really.
This is all nostalgia.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's why I stopped. The only reason it's on here is because I kind of like them, but also it was the first Comic-Con or comic convention I ever went to. I bought these, and they're Batman Kia Asamiya figures.
Oh, okay. Yep, I know these.
I bought
those statues.
Yeah, they're like little. They're only like 5 inches tall.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I bought the Batman, the Two-Face, and the Joker for $5 each. And they were like in the bargain bin, and I was like, those are so awesome. And it wasn't a Comic-Con; it was a Nashville horror and comic convention. So it was like C-grade celebrities, horror movies, and I remember the big draw was the weird-looking face guy from the Ernest movies. That was the draw guy. The first year we went. And he was there for years. I think he died.
That's okay. When I went to a con, I think the biggest con that I went to, the biggest celebrity there was Brian O'Halloran and the Chulies gum guy. So
O'Halloran was like the 3rd or 4th one at the same place.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though.
I just thought they're really neat figures. I've never seen them anywhere else. Like I've never seen them posted anywhere or anything. But
are they like the same? I don't know if you have the but like are they like the same size as like maybe like the Batman black and white statue figures? Is it kind of like the same thing like that where they're just like little like vinyl?
Yeah, about that tall. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay.
And I like the Two-Face was standing on a coin. The Joker was standing on a stack of cards.
Yeah.
Just cool.
Nice. I like those. All right. So my 4th option was I grew up. I'm a product of the 90s, but I actually grew up in the early 2000s. So growing up, Toy Story was fucking huge with me. So Toy Story, just in general. Like I had so many Woody dolls as a kid. I had like countless Buzz Lightyear figures, and like they never quite like. As a kid, I remember always being a little disappointed because you watch the movie and like, take Buzz Lightyear for example. Buzz Lightyear like glows in the dark. He's got this massive wingspan, as you know, and then you get the toy, and it's just like this clunky little like the wingspan is like that fucking big on like. It was a shitty toy back in the early 2000s, but now they have the technology and Disney has the money, so they have like the it's like the Toy Story collection where they have like movie accurate toys.
Mm-hmm.
So I now have a movie accurate Buzz Lightyear, and it tickles me pink every time I see it.
With all the
especially
phrases.
at nighttime because it glows in the dark on my bookshelf. And it just
that's neat.
Does it have karate action?
No, that's the only thing it doesn't have. It doesn't have the
accurate bullshit. That's what that is.
I know.
The one thing they could do with the old stuff.
It pisses me off because they came out with a karate action Buzz Lightyear.
Yep.
And I'm like, just fucking.
That's how they get you. They sell them separate, and you got to buy the second one too.
Yep.
Yeah. But like so, and even like the Woody that I got from the same collection that's like supposed to be movie accurate. I had to end up like replacing the head on it because the head was not accurate. Like the face was just not like the movie face. So
I thought you were saying, I had to write Andy on his boot.
Yeah, I had to write. I did that as a kid. I did that as a kid. All my Buzz Lightyears had like Andy on the bottom. It was great.
Oh.
But yeah, that's my number 4. That was a pretty big. I think that's what really started like my toy collecting addiction. Young as a kid was.
I could
Toy
definitely
Story.
see that. I mean, it's a whole franchise built off toys coming to life, you know?
So it's like, and they made toys for, like every toy that's on screen, they made toys
Right.
because it's Disney.
Yeah, of course.
So, and I'm still trying to hunt down some of the more rare ones still.
Yeah. Good luck. They make those vinyls that are exclusive to like the Disney stores.
Yeah. Yeah. They have a Japanese like Woody that is like $1,000. It's the same size as the Woody that I have, but it's got it's got different heads, it's got different hands, it's got wire inside so it can stand on its own.
Right.
It's pretty detailed, but like
Toy Story
$1,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
the pull string doesn't work. There's no voice box. It doesn't talk.
Oh wow.
So it's still not movie accurate.
What do you have, Eric? Would you go get?
I do have a Toy Story toy. It's like
oh, you know what? I packed up. Here's the Buzz.
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah, I packed up some toys to show the camera, but here's the Buzz. I took the helmet off, but yeah. But yeah. Oh, and like the little tips light up. The batteries aren't off, but
that's cool.
it's a pretty cool Buzz Light. But yeah. That's my number 4, Toy Story. I'm not sure who made the Toy Story. I think they might have been Mattel. They just say Disney on them.
Maybe.
It might have been Hasbro, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking either one of those two.
But it just says Disney on them. So
Oh.
who knows? So, yeah.
Okay, are we on to my number 4?
Yep.
Let's see. My number 4, it actually kind of branches off into several different runs of toys because they started with one toy line and it just kept going. And it actually ended up, and it's made by the same people, Kenner. They made the Batman Returns toys in 91 and 92, and then it went into the animated series, and then it just kept going, and they kept releasing variant after variant.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, I have some pictures of it. What interested me about these was that you could get your Batmans in your crazy outfits. You could get them in like all different kinds of like the Batman
these.
here,
Yeah,
you know,
I had
with
that
the
one.
deep dive, yeah. And I mean, you could just get all kinds of different craziness, you know, to them. And I was always fascinated by that. But the playset and the Batman Returns was always one of those ones. I always think of it like the Castle Grayskull. You know, it's just one of those fascinating play sets to get. And of course, you know, any of the Batmobiles and any of that stuff. I mean, it was just like the holy grail, but you could always get these Batmans. And anytime you went to, well, we had a Walmart here. We didn't have a Toys R Us, but anytime you went to there, oh, I didn't know it was a video. You could always.
It's porn.
Well, it was the Kenner Batman Returns. They had the Batwing out, and I wanted to see that, but it was like you could always find some kind of variant to it, and I always thought that was interesting. And it just you didn't always see that in the comic books, and I don't know where they made all this stuff or what happened to it, but like this guy here, it's like craziness,
Yeah.
And I think some of this
It's
stuff
what made toys great, really.
Right.
And
I
like gimmick toys. I love gimmick toys.
Mhm. And I think Todd McFarlane owes a lot to this toy line.
I think so.
I had that.
It's really
Batmobile.
interesting that you have this on your list because I have not the Kenner Batman stuff, but I have the Toy Biz Batman
Right,
on my list. So that's interesting.
Which it turned into, right? Later
Which
on.
it turned into, because Toy Biz went out of business because Star Wars.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kenner picked up the Batman licensing and took off from there. But yeah. No, those are great toys. I love the gimmick toys. I love them. And I think the Batman series got even better, like the toy series got even better with the Schumacher movies because like the Batman and Robin and Batman Forever toys were great. Like the Batmobiles were so cool.
And
my cousin had them.
They lended themselves to it, and then even the animated series, just the way that the toys ended up looking, it's very similar to your Toy Story toys. They ended up looking very screen accurate, and it's like you couldn't get that from a lot of places, and it was like holy shit, But yeah, it's just, and they released so fucking many. It's like, okay, we have one Batman mold. All right, let's just release 89 different versions of them.
It's the same damn thing.
Pour some different color plastic in it.
Yep, pretty much.
Different paint job, different gimmick. I know the gimmicks were fun though.
Oh yeah.
I'm a product of the gimmick era. I think like everything that I fucking bought as a kid had a fucking gimmick. Everything that I had. But yeah, because that's how they. That's how
they get it. Yeah.
That's how they get you. Yeah.
They weren't super expensive then, like they are now.
Oh man, yeah. Back then, I think all the toys on my list may have been like $5 a piece. And maybe like $5.75 toward the end. Like I remember these were that cost. Some of the other ones I'm going to mention later on were that, and then now I think they're all like $20 a piece.
Yeah, just the basic.
Just to get a basic one. Yeah.
Basic. Yeah. Forget vehicles. Jesus.
Fuck.
I don't think they do vehicles that much anymore.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They do.
Can't get them.
They do. Like, I saw literally like a $39.99 mystery machine the other day at Walmart. Like, I was like, holy fuck, that's a $40 toy. I wanted it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll wait till it's on clearance. But yeah. Anyway, Eric, what is number 4 for you, my friend?
My number 4 is one. It's more like a kind of like a Todd McFarlane type. It's not. It's a legend feature film figure of the Lord of Darkness.
Nice. I know the one you're talking about.
You see it?
Yes.
Oh, yep.
This is from the Movie Maniacs line.
Yeah. Oh, it is a McFarlane. Sorry, that's the bottom now.
Yep.
They do so much fucking detail. They're just awesome.
Yeah. I almost bought this the other day. This, by the way, Justin, my wife hates you because this has rekindled all of this in my, so my eBay is blowing up with all these little action figures. So she would not be happy with it. But yeah, okay. I was looking at these Movie Maniacs and this is one of them because of this reason. Now, Eric, do you have this one?
Yeah, I still have it.
Yeah, buddy.
That's a hot figure. That is hot. I'm just looking at it on the screen share. That's pretty hot.
My favorite version of any type of devil in any movie. And it's
from
like 81, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I think, what is, just not to go too off topic, but what is this is your favorite screen devil? Yeah? Okay.
Yep.
What's yours, Jesse? Just out of curiosity.
This one, we've talked about it on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
when I was little, I'm somehow come across what was it? I come across this movie and watched it. I think one of my older cousins was watching it, and for whatever reason, I come in at the end when he was there, and this thing used to haunt my nightmares.
Huh. All right. I've never seen this movie.
Really?
I've never seen this movie. No, I just wrote it. I'm gonna watch it later tonight.
But you know what my number 2 devil is, and it's a close number 2, and it's off the wall. It's the devil from Constantine. What's his name?
That's a good one.
He makes a really good devil, and he's not in it too much, and it's not over the top. It's just, man, his character, the way he acts in it is just so good.
I think from a character's perspective, I just like the makeup, how it looks, is the devil from Tenacious D, the Pick of Destiny.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Dave Grohl. It's Dave fucking Grohl.
It's Dave Grohl. Well, you need to check out this movie then.
I'm gonna definitely check it.
Justin, do you know who does the devil in Legend? Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh, buddy.
Tim Curry.
Is it? Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So Legend is a very, very pretty movie. Like everything in it is like a work of art as far as looking at it. Is there a lot to the story? Not too much, but some of the scenes toward the end of it get a lot. Like Tim Curry really eats up the screen for sure.
Okay.
So it's worth it. It's worth it just to see his performance in it.
Mm-hmm. Just great.
For sure.
Real effects, not CGI and stuff, but just practical effects they use in it. It's crazy.
It come out even before we did. So it's old as shit.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. I'm going to watch it later tonight. 100%.
Okay, hold on just a second. It just came up and said there's a 40-minute limit on recording.
Yeah, it said on mine it was unlimited. It said the host has upgraded to be unlimited.
Okay, it said that? Okay, it told me I had a 40. It said to upgrade to not have or to unlimited.
What are we at?
I don't know. I don't see a limit anywhere. I don't see a timer.
I don't see a timer anywhere. Yeah.
It's like Eric went ching.
Oh my God, this conversation! I got to pay for this.
Yeah,
you're gonna keep this shit going.
It did say it, so it said it's unlimited, so we can go.
Well, that's fine, I guess.
I was gonna say we could stop.
I'll get charged
later.
Start
a new room.
Yeah, we'll just go.
All right, so you're number 3, Justin.
My number 3 would be Marvel Legends.
Oh yeah, buddy. Here we go.
Marvel Legends. My favorite Marvel Legend is, I think, you know what? I couldn't remember if this was a Marvel Legend technically or not, so I'm just gonna say it's Marvel Legend.
Yeah, they kind of all branch together. Then.
Yeah, it's the Spider Hulk. Figure.
Oh yeah.
And this is literally from my child. This is from 4th fucking grade.
Nice.
Like, so this is literally childhood nostalgia. So I don't like when I saw this Spider Hulk Frankenstein of a toy, it just captured my imagination as a kid. I remember we had an action figure club in 4th grade, and me and my friend Brandon, we would bring in toys all the time, and he brought this in. And I brought in a superposable Hulk figure from the really shitty Hulk movie that came out with the Hulk. It's not the Incredible Hulk. It's just Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
So and he loved that, and I love this. But I was just like, fuck you. We for years we just no, this is mine. I know you want it, so no, you're not having it. But then 5 or 6 years ago, he found it in his little brother's stash and stole it, gave it to me as a present. So
there you
I
go.
have it. But yeah, it captured my imagination as a kid, and because it's just Spider-Man and Hulk, fuck the possibilities.
So is it just that character, or is it just the thought of all of them? Basically, are you a big comic guy, or?
Yeah, I am a big comic guy. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a shelf full of Marvel Legends. I have bunch of Spider-Man stuff. I have my most recent is a Thanos that I picked up at Walmart for a couple bucks. I'm not a huge Marvel Legends collector.
Right.
I wish I had some of like the classic Marvel Legends.
Yeah, they go crazy for them.
It's just correct me if I'm wrong, but was Marvel Legends the first toy line to do the Build-A-Figure?
I think so.
As I
or
don't know.
were they the first series to popularize it?
I was about to say they might be the first one to popularize it. I don't know if they were the first one to actually do it, because I would hate to say that anything we did over here was the first, because usually it's Japan does all the stuff first.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me, especially the toy industry.
I would say it's probably pretty close to being one of the first ones that I can think of that had other parts of figurines in it that you bought, you sought out all the other ones, and it was kind of ingenious in that sense.
Yeah, because I remember, I mean, think of it as like from a comic book reader, like if you have Spider-Man, you want to buy the other ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like or if you have Captain America, you want to try to build the Avengers. So why not already throw in a couple? Like they would use the Build-A-Figures for characters like for Ultimate Green Goblin, for bigger, bulkier characters that wouldn't fit in conventional packaging.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of like an ingenious idea to not only get people to keep buying the figures, you wouldn't normally be able to fit in a box to go on the shelf, you know? And because like you don't want to have a Captain America figure and a Hulk figure be the same exact. You know what I'm saying? That's no fun to anyone. So it's I would like to figure out who started the Build-A-Figure thing. But
I think they also use it
Marvel
to sell.
they
also use it to sell characters that nobody really wanted, or like lesser characters.
Yeah, that's it.
But as part of that, the head's on this character that nobody really wants. Well, you got to buy it to get the Build-A-Figure.
Yeah. There's one like I just have like a bucket full of fucking random pieces.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. It's not that ingenious, but it's pretty smart.
I mean,
you guys have any favorite Marvel Legends?
I mean, they're still going strong. I actually, since I'm now getting back into it, I joined a couple Facebook groups, and I saw a bunch of people are heavily seeking a Moon Knight, which is a Walgreens exclusive. So I told my wife, I was like, you go to Walgreens, you look for it, let me know, just kind of thing. Because she always goes all the time.
We might have some.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so I just told her that stuff. But as far as favorite,
why is it always the pharmacies that always get the cool fucking variants?
I don't know.
DBS.
But that being said, it's a pretty badass little figure. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I like the newer Gambit one they did.
This fucking guy and this fucking sock puppet, dude. God damn. He loves this sick Gambit.
I was never a huge Gambit fan, I'll be honest.
That's why I posted that figure on the post.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I have the yellow Daredevil. I think that's one of the few I have.
Oh yeah.
I used to have a Bullseye, and I think it was because he come with a certain piece to a character I wanted, just like Eric was saying, buy this shitty character. But what was cool about the Marvel Legends early on was you could their fingers were really articulate, and I would just always have them flipping off people,
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean,
yeah.
The Iron Man I had
yeah.
I mean, like even the thumb was fucking. Even the thumb was like posable. Like,
I mean that shit.
These things are pretty cool.
Yeah, they've come a long way. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, they have.
From like the He-Man.
Yeah, their arms and their hips move, and that was it.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed, and I think I might hold the grudge for a lifetime grudge for my friend's brother, because when he had this toy in his possession, like he broke one of the fingers. I don't know if you can see it, but one of the fingers is completely like broken. So I'm gonna hold that grudge for the rest of my life.
It just looks like somebody bit it off. That's all.
Just stupid motherfucker.
You're dead to me.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we at?
Number 3.
Number 3 for me.
Yep.
I am going to go with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yep.
Turtles.
From, believe it or not, I believe it started way back in like 86, 87. It's crazy, from Playmates.
Yeah.
88. Yeah, 88, I believe it is. Yep. And so let me see here. So this stuff, well, did you ever have any, Justin, at all?
Oh yeah, I think everyone had Ninja
Okay,
Turtles.
I didn't know if it
100%. Oh, yeah.
reached there to
Oh,
you
yeah.
or not, because I mean, it's just crazy variants, and then like all these figurines and all that stuff, like this techno drone. Oh, that was a thing to have. But the only thing that I had vehicle was I ended up getting a hand me down.
You get the van.
I got the van from like a flea, or no, it was a yard sale. Some kid beat it all to shit, but I really wanted this techno drone.
You know what?
And I
Looking at that techno drone, I think, Jesus Christ. You know what? I think my grandfather had like a playroom.
His fucking grandfather. Here we go.
My fucking grandfather had a goddamn that thing was in the fucking playroom. Like, I never knew what the fuck it was.
There it is. Well, Eric, we're officially old. But... Yeah. But I remember this shit being crazy. I mean, you know, we talked about the Batman line, you know, you would have variances and stuff like that. This shit
was next level.
Yeah, it was crazy. And, you know, my whole neighborhood, we would all meet and we would compare figures, you know, like you said earlier, you know, you would have like a action figure club. And I remember one day I went to our local Walmart here and I saw the Super Shredder. This is before the movie came out. And I was like, what is this? And I bought it. And I was the only one that had it, and I felt like a god for like a weekend. You know, it's like nobody else had it, and we didn't know what it was just yet. And so it was like, it was craziness.
Did you see Jesse? He got that fucking Super Shredder.
Yeah.
Did you see that shit?
Yeah, it's like I want that. You know.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because when I was a kid, it was very much the same thing. It was the same thing. Like, it was kind of like trading cards almost. Like, we would trade Ninja Turtles on the playground all the time. Like, oh, you got that, and oh yeah, like every time I would go to like a yard sale or something, it would was comic books and Ninja Turtles. Those are the two things I look for.
They made a resurgence, didn't they, in 2012?
Yeah,
yeah, they come out with that different show. But I believe that the Ninja Turtle obsession caused everybody, and Eric and I, our generation, to buy ninja stars and a bunch of other stuff and almost kill ourselves because
nunchucks. Everybody wanted nunchucks.
Me and my cousins, we bought ninja stars and nunchucks, and we used to throw them at fence posts and doors, and we got in trouble quite a bit for this stuff. But it's all because of these damn Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember. I don't remember. I don't have as much nostalgia for the toys. But the first live action movie, I watched that show on repeat. All the time. I mean, I had a couple toys growing up. Like, we would trade them back and forth. But I was, while the other kids were trading, I was off on my own playing with fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something. So, yeah. What were you saying, Eric? I cut you off there. Jesus.
Jesse's talking about the Batman did all the different variants, but the Turtles just had so many different characters.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
They ran for 9 years just off that first line. That's bonkers in action figures line, because you know the first figurine set probably had like 8 or 10, and then they just compound from there. And some lines would end up with like close to 20. You know, and then the next year, you know, you're doing a tooling change and all that stuff. I mean, it's just craziness. But I remember some figures I would always get, and I'd fucking hate them, like that damn was it the panda bear with the blue samurai armor? I fucking hated that dude because I kept getting him all the goddamn time when we do trades. I was like, I don't want this fucking guy. There he is, that little bastard. Yeah, he was even in that picture, but. Yeah, I just remembered them all. The same ones kind of stick out, and it's like, oh, I wanted this one, and I never got them, you know. And it's just crazy. But just I
Well,
couldn't imagine what they would cost now.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles is one of those lines where like it's almost kind of like what we were talking about with Funko. Like they've kind of branched out and done other licensing. Like you can now buy like Freddy Krueger, like Teenage Mutant Ninja figures, and like Batman, and like there's all those other crossovers.
I saw Star Trek,
Star
Ninja
Trek,
Turtles,
yeah.
all that stuff.
Star Wars, all of it. So it's basically they just dress up the turtles.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like people fucking eat that shit up. Like there's Christmas turtles. It is one of those lines where it's pretty diverse. Just being turtles with nunchucks. Like
I've done that with the wrestling lines too.
yeah.
I
The wrestling
was walking
lines
down.
too.
They're all Masters of the Universe style wrestlers.
Yeah. Those are cool actually. It actually makes sense. Like that stocky. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never had wrestling figures when I was a kid. I had a couple of friends that did, and like they had like the ring and everything, but it just seemed like so corny to play with. Like, so like, why don't you just play with like a Batmobile? Like, it's way cooler than a couple of dudes. Like, you could watch them play. You can watch them wrestle. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It wasn't my, like, even though like I was a wrestling fan as a kid, like I loved Stone Cold Steve Austin as a kid. That was my guy. And The Rock and Hulk Hogan and all those guys, but like never played with the toys. But are we going on to number 2 now?
No, I still have my number 3.
Eric.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Eric.
He's
My
like,
number 3.
I'm gonna scratch off wrestling toys because Justin just made fun of him.
Off the cuff. Much like my number 4, my number 3 is another like movie top line. It was the Shaun of the Dead talking figure.
I
still have this one too. It's still in the box. All those like that's a NECA one. They did a lot of movie.
NECA does a lot. Yeah, they still do.
Especially horror movie ones. That's
I like that.
I have this, and then I have the the McFarlane. I think it was Ed and Sean.
Oh yeah.
One.
Did they have like? So, I didn't even know that they had like Shaun of the Dead figures. Like I didn't even know that. Like I knew they had like I guess like little like vinyl statues, I guess. But did they have like a full blown toy line?
I don't think actual toys. No.
No, like
it's just like the movie ones.
Oh yeah, just like what they call adult collector toys. Yeah. I gotcha.
So you're number 2?
It's a bit of a
we're getting down to the nitty gritty here.
it's a bit of my both of mine existed way before I was a twinkle in my dad's eye. So my number 2 would be the Mego toy line.
Oh.
So I love Migos. I only have one. I love them. I have where is it? I bought this at a con.
That's way back in the day.
Yeah.
That's before us. Yeah.
I love my love for Migos. I mean, came directly from Robot Chicken.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
Robot
like,
Chicken carries on a lot of this stuff. Like it's every time I watch it, I'm like, oh man, all these
Mego,
figures.
like they're so cool. Like my favorite one like the Holy Grail Mego that I watch, and they're so hard to find. It's a Batman Mego, but it's not the regular Batman Mego. It's the removable cowl Batman Mego with like the Bruce Wayne head, and then it's just like this shitty. The thing with Migos is that they're so shitty.
They're pretty bad.
It's Spider-Man with PJs. Like
yeah.
But I don't know. I love the aesthetic.
Is this the Batman that gets his back broke all the time in Robot Chicken?
No. They actually kind of after it's like Robot Chicken, they sort of revamped the whole Mego thing. Like Mego is actually back in business now. Like they closed their doors in like the 70s, maybe early 80s. They closed their doors, and we went to Target the other day. And I saw the Mego logo, and I was like, holy shit!
Yeah, I always
I
associate
mean, they look
them.
just as shitty as ever.
Yeah. I always associate them with Super Friends, the old, the cartoon.
But like that, I mean, Migos, like they had fucking Dukes of Hazzard, they had Marvel, they had DC, they had Star Wars, they had Planet of the Apes, they had like everything. They were the Funko of the 70s.
Yep.
Like
I mean, all it was like that figure with pajamas sewn on it.
Yeah, pretty much. And I said they had Star Wars, but they didn't have Star Wars. Star Wars kind of put a lot of toy businesses out of Star Wars kind of fucked the toy industry pretty bad because of how big it was. It kind of because a lot of industries turned their back on Star Wars and were like, and Kenner was the only one.
Yep.
And Toy Biz went out of fucking business. Mego went out of business. Fucking Star Wars. Yes, I love Migos. I'd said like the Batman removable cowls, like a holy grail. The Batmobile, the Robin. I almost bought a Joker, but like I don't know. It's just they're old toys. The conditions are, and they're literally held together by rubber bands. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Migos are literally held together by rubber bands. They're
the G.I. Joes.
Yeah, the G.I. Joes are the same way.
Joes are the same.
Like it's I don't know if you can see.
Oh, don't do it. Oh man, I just imagine it popping off right there.
Soon the fucking countdown to Geek Count. Yeah, motherfuckers!
Podcast over.
Walking out of here, storming out. But yeah, I love Migos, and I got my obsession with Migos from my uncle, who is a pretty big toy collector.
Yeah, that one is honestly surprising considering how young you are.
Yeah,
I Migos is like Migo and my number one choice are like the two things I really like that really got me into collecting toys because I really sought after my first pick, but we'll get there. But and you know what? I'm gonna go with Eric this time. Eric, what is your number two? I feel bad for skipping over you last time.
I was gonna say, I think for like Migos, like for you, it's like retro and old. For us, it's like those are baby toys. We want turtles.
Why are you playing with Fisher Price toys, you fucking baby? Yeah, I get it, but it's just I don't know. They're cool. They're relics. I think they're just I don't know. The rubber band will deteriorate in 15 years and it will be fucking useless. So
my number two, since we'll just skip Jesse. You were saying fuck Star Wars. My number two is the Star Wars Unleashed line.
Oh my God, is this the bodybuilder Star Wars?
No.
Oh, okay.
You see these?
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Okay.
There are these that come in the big like tubes.
Those are badass.
Yeah, I have this one. I have a Darth Vader one. I have
When
two
did
Darth
those come
Vaders. I think early 2000s. I think
It was either early or toward the later half of it. Yeah.
So like probably around like episode 3, around that whole hype. Because I kind of remember these bubble tube like packaging.
yeah, and they also did ones that were like almost like the Marvel Legends kind too.
Yeah.
They did those also, but these are the ones I have. I have this one, a Darth Vader, and I have two that are open. Here's the Darth Vader one. I have a Count Dooku also.
Dooku.
Count Dooku.
You hardly see it, but they're just a lot of. They were kind of like almost like scene poses.
Mm-hmm.
Best Buy exclusive. Look at that.
Jesus slapped
Christ. I didn't know Best Buy had it. Did they still do exclusive toys? I know they do like exclusive like steel cases and stuff. But did people go to Best Buy seeking out figures?
I don't know. I haven't seen one in there for a while. It was 2008 that these come out.
Yeah. Okay. I'd a lot of the shit I have is like when I first started buying stuff online. I just went crazy. Just buying my nostalgia pretty much.
You mean if I just put my credit card information, this will just be in? What?
They'll just give me shit.
You mean I don't have to put pants on?
I don't even have it to
This
leave.
is amazing. Son of a bitch. Yeah.
Holy shit.
When Amazon was all new and Jesse, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is the Etzman Toy Biz toys from 91 through 97. I actually have one on card. So this is actually the
nice.
X-Force. It's the first cable. So I managed to find this one about 5 years ago, I guess. Just hanging on a peg at some random flea market. He's like, yeah, well, whatever. $5. I was like, oh, sweet, fucking take it.
Yeah.
But
Mine.
this was very much exactly like the TMNT, then the Batman. I mean, there was a fever around it, especially for me because I was the comic book guy in my local neighborhood, and I grew up reading these things when it wasn't cool. You know, I mean, you don't know this world, Justin. This shit was not cool at all back in the day. At all.
As I've been told.
At all. I mean, people, they didn't give a shit about it. Nothing.
Listen, I still get shit for reading comic books. So I still feel it. It's not like I was like bullied. I mean, I wasn't like shoved into a locker bullied in high school for reading comic books, but I was certainly looked down at all.
I wasn't bullied. I was big enough, but it was
He got beat up all the time.
I did not. I was
He did.
I was a rare anomaly. So it was
Oh shit.
We'll see. I'll be the judge of that when we see what the number 1 pick is. See if you got bullied or not.
But to be into this stuff when like 94, 95, you know, all this stuff.
Yeah.
There was a magazine publication called Wizard early on. You know, this is before the internet was really popular and widespread. So this is how you found out all your news and all of that stuff in this realm. And so you would have to get this. And there was only one store that sold that publication, and it hardly had it. So it was like, this was our one and only chance to get it. And so when these figurines come out, this was my only other way to experience part of this other than the animated cartoon show, which really helped, you know, going to like, you know, Pizza Hut had a promotion, which I still got those, you know, the VHS
cups
spots of them, you know, so.
Oh yeah.
So I still got those. And like, it's just, I mean, this was really my childhood.
My grandfather had a Pizza Hut X-Men cup in his garage.
Eric, you fucking bastard.
Gay.
At a time, right?
It didn't even play. I didn't even hear it. You didn't even hear the sound.
It didn't even yeah.
Oh no, oh, damn it.
You can't even fucking burn me.
Check it out on YouTube.
Oh my god. For those of you who aren't watching, Eric tried to play the hot gay meme. Completely failed.
From Community.
Yeah, Community.
All right, Eric.
But yeah.
You're screen sharing. This is that old man. Look at, there he goes.
I'm trying to figure out how to get out. I'm lost.
And you put him in charge of Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh shit. No, that's a good choice though. I dig the X-Men.
Here's some of the other ones here.
There we go.
Yeah,
I had the Omega Red and
this is a later line.
Omega Red and Cable together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2-pack.
This is a later line here.
I think my friend Brandon had some of the. I think he had the that what's that? I can't remember his name, but that like green pterodactyl dude.
Oh yeah, Sauron. He was everywhere.
Yeah, I think he had when we had that action figure club. I think he brought that. Looks familiar. That one looks familiar. Iceman, obviously.
Yeah. So here's Bishop, Strongman, and then there's 3 different Wolverine.
I had the Weapon X on the end, on the bottom.
Yeah. Of course, there's 3 different Wolverines.
Yeah, I mean, they made so many Wolverines, and it was just an overabundance of it. But Apocalypse here, Tusk here, you know, it's just craziness back in the day. But they ran this forever. You know, if I see these all the time, and you know, I didn't think much about it up until we started going through getting some history for this episode. Now I'm just like, I gotta go to these places. I gotta go. I gotta go back.
Got that itch back.
Yeah, I do. I mean, just like Eric said, it's like reliving your childhood. A lot of my toys didn't survive the mini purges over the years of moving from here to there, and I was the only boy in my house, but I had 3 sisters, and if they were mad at me, they'd go break a toy. So,
oh my God, that same shit. Like my ex-girlfriend, whenever she was mad, she would just look at me and she'd like just knock over something on my bookshelf, and it would just piss me off.
I think you dated a cat.
Yeah, it's like, but my cats don't even knock my shit. My cats had more respect.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, I had a Etz knock over one of my old guitars and broke it, and I was like, fuck.
You can't. And the problem with cats is you can't yell at them, because they don't care.
They don't care.
No.
They don't give a shit. Dogs feel bad. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story. We were Harley and I, my girlfriend Harley, were in bed, and she had like a Danish or something, but it was like wrapped up in plastic, and the dog went to go eat the Danish, realized it was in plastic, immediately felt bad. Cats don't give a shit. Cats are like, yeah, fuck you. Give me that goddamn Danish. That's what a cat would be like. But.
Our cat won't actually eat human food at all.
My cat,
it's interesting.
My cat Cookie loves cereal. Like, will just be all up in my shit if I have a bowl of cereal.
Huh.
My cat Mr. Whiskahs will be all up in my shit if I have anything like with like deli meat or something, like a sandwich or something. Yeah.
All right. Number 1, Justin.
Cats.
It's on you.
All right. My number 1 is, I mentioned it before, the Toy Biz 89 Batman series. This is my favorite Batman movie of all time. Like, this shit was on fucking repeat when I was a kid. The same uncle who got me into collecting, the same uncle who got me into Domingos got me into 89 Batman stuff. And it started out, it was just, I actually brought some of them. It started out with just this figure,
Oh yeah.
Just the basic Batman figure
with the bat rope and all that.
With the bat rope and like the fucking gun or like the whatever the fuck. But yeah. But again, like this is one of those playlists. Yeah, this is a playlist. This is one of those play sets that like it had like the Batmobile, had the Bat Cave, I had the Bat Wing, which I had. I have the Batmobile. I had the Batwing at one point, but never had the Batcave. But I mean, this was one of those things where it's like they had variants, but they never advertised it as variants.
Mm-mm.
They would, like the Batmobiles, it was a crapshoot with the Batmobiles. Like sometimes you would get like this wicked thin dust cover, but it would look like the armor that would go over. Like in the movie, like when it was like armor mode or whatever, and it would like all the.
Yep.
So like it was like this thin like vinyl like cover that you would put over like the toy car, but only some of the Batmobiles came with it, and you wouldn't know until you bought the fucking toy and opened it. So there was like weird stuff like that where they would throw in and never advertise it. Like I didn't know until. I was like looking them up on eBay and came upon one and looked into it. But yeah, it was like they would do shit like that where they had 4 different head sculpts for Batman and never like advertised it. Like they had this one, which is just the regular round face.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had one on the back, which you can see, which is a square jaw. So they had a round. They had a square. They had like a Michael Keaton face, which basically was just the round and square kind of put together, but with big old lips, like big old like pussy lips, right on the fucking. Like,
you want to get?
So, and then they had one that was just like it wasn't really a variant. It was just more of like I don't know, like this one. If you look really closely, the mold is a peach color. And some of the molds would be a black color with a peach paint on the mouthpiece. So that it was just interesting to like kind of dive into a toy line and really like see like all the variations and then like learn the process of making toys and like what goes in what's like the toy industry basically.
Mhm.
This was my foot into the toy industry and like learning about that. And then like this was the first toy line I got into like international toy sales, like because they had different toy lines. Like I got this one. This is a Christmas present for my mom. One year this is a Kids Biz, the Australian version of Toy Biz.
Huh.
But this is a Mego Batman from 1989. So it's like,
Wow.
yeah, this is what they would use in like Robot Chicken.
Oh,
Like this exact figure is what they base some of the Robot Chicken stuff off of. And
I
like,
actually like that better.
yeah, that one looks
Yeah.
nice.
so, and it's like the same type of packaging as the other stuff, you know, same basic packaging but you know, different, but the different promotional art, you know, on the side. It's just super interesting. And, you know, I dove into it pretty hardcore. And like one of the weirder figures from the line was Bob the Goon. Like you had
Yep.
Batman,
Oh.
you had Robin, in the toy line. Even though Robin wasn't in the movie, you had Robin in the toy line. You had Batman, you had Robin, and you had the Joker, and you had Bob the Goon. So it was a really fun toy line.
You know the thing about the Robin there? It was actually a Marlon Wayne's sculpt that they
Was it?
painted white. Yeah, he was supposed to be in Batman Returns.
Yeah, well, I knew it for Batman Returns, but this is
Mhm.
for Michael Keaton.
Oh, it was
This is
for the.
89.
Oh, okay.
This is
Oh.
for the one with Jack
Shit.
Nicholson. Yeah, they had Robin because like I guess the idea
Crazy.
was like, well, there's two villains. The
Yeah.
Batmobile was a 2-seater, so, and like the Superpowers toy line was out at the same time, so
Mhm.
they literally just repackaged the Robin from that toy and just called it good. But I don't even know if they like advertised Robin on the back of. I don't think they do, but I have Robin. It's in the same packaging as the 89. But it's super interesting. Super interesting to look into this stuff. But yeah, this is my number one. 89 Batman Toy Biz.
Have you
But,
watched the toys that made us on Netflix?
Yeah, I have seen this. Yeah,
They're really cool.
yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, I rewatched them for this as well.
Yeah.
Certain ones, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch you, you know."
Yeah.
And you know, just nailing it down to 5 was really hard. You know, just because watching those and seeing the different toys that popped up, it's like, "Oh yeah, I had some of those," you know. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
yeah, but I had a way more of these Batman, you know, and you know,
Yeah.
they haven't done one on the Batman just yet, but I'm hoping that they.
I'm really
do that.
hoping because like it's super interesting because it's one of those. It'd be one of those toy lines where you could spotlight and you could
Yeah.
also talk about the fact that it was one of those toy lines that had to transition from one company to another
Mhm.
when Toy Biz went out of business.
So they
When
could
Toy
show
Biz-
the drama.
Yeah, they could play it up and you know because Star Wars, I mean, it was huge.
Yeah.
Like it put people out of business. Like
Yeah, I hope they do that one, and I hope they do one on the X-Men as
yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
awesome.
well.
X-Men, Marvel Legends. Did they do one on the Ghostbusters line?
Not yet,
No.
and I'm thinking that one's coming as well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's got to. That one's a great one.
Eric?
That's one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, Eric, you want to keep going, or you want me to do it?
I'll go ahead. I'll let you go for last.
Oh, okay.
My number one is not even a figure.
It's a penis.
It's a flashlight.
That okay?
It's his
taking-
wife. He just blows her up. This is my favorite toy. Isn't that right, honey? You're my favorite toy. Anyway, sorry.
I'm going home. Fuck yeah.
You are home.
This suddenly turned into Mr. Whiskah's Clubhouse.
It turned
And
into
the Geek Town left. It's just
every
me
other
talking
com-
angrily.
it's turned into every other conversation with Jesse.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, Eric, what is it?
My number one is the Star Wars books that they put out recently. The Jedi Path. As I'm-
Oh yeah.
You see that?
So does it comes with like that like I
The
assume it's
case.
probably like a metal case, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's a mechanical case. It lights up. It makes sound. They have one you can see for the Sith over here.
Oh,
now.
yep. It's like that one's sick. The Sith one
Yeah.
lights up.
The book, they all light up.
Yeah, they all light up.
They make sounds. The book slide out. Inside the book is like in the Jedi Path, there was like an actual Jedi braid. There's little like cocktail napkins, stuff like that. Just little knickknacks they put inside of them. There's one for the Imperials.
Yeah, Eric got me.
Interesting.
He got me one of these. It's actually up in my closet, or else I'd get it down.
What?
Yeah, that one's nice.
That one looks like a fucking PS4.
Yeah, it does.
The Imperial one, it just looks like a PlayStation.
And then the last one is the Bounty Hunters guy.
What's the price range on those bad boys?
When I bought them, or when I got them, my wife bought them for me for Christmas and stuff. They were about $60 a piece. Now they're a couple hundred.
Wow.
Oh, it's worth money. They're neat, and then they make the sound. They do, and
just throughout them, they're very detailed with a lot of stuff in them.
Just like so, it's like world building stuff. Like inside is like history and gotcha. Coppers around.
And this was actually, I think it was before the Star Wars Galaxy world opened up. So this was pretty much world building before all of that,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No shit.
Cool.
Those are pretty cool, actually. So when did those come out? I'm sorry.
I've had the Jedi Path was the first one. It's at least 6 years, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago at least.
I missed the boat on this.
They're really
one.
not that old.
Yeah. There was a hiatus where I just like, well, as you and your listeners probably tell, I have this weird love-hate relationship with Star Wars. So I guess I missed the boat on this one, unfortunately. But that is pretty badass, though. Like, I want to see more. Maybe like it would be cool to see like that sort of same thing with like Harry Potter or something.
You mean you would like to see the Star Wars universe expand and not focus on the same?
Yeah, I would really like expansion and respect for the old characters would be nice too.
Yeah, that would be great.
General like non-shittiness.
Yeah.
Just don't be shitty. Yeah. But it would be cool to see something like that with like Harry Potter, like
build the lore up. Yeah. Yeah. It would,
like with those like cool like mechanical casings. Those that's the selling point. Those are fucking cool. Because you could just have that as like a centerpiece on your table and just click a button and like a book slides out.
So they come out 9 years ago. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so they're older.
You can still find them not too bad now online. There's one here for $65 used, but like new. He pushed the button and it just cracks open. He crank it.
Wait, not to. But like, how do you guys feel about buying stuff on eBay right now? Would you buy something on eBay right now?
I've been buying. I never stopped.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't know if I've ever stopped. Yeah, I just, yeah. I literally spent like $200 on books the other day. So, yeah.
All right, my number one, and then we'll get into honorable mentions. My number one is the 1984 classic Voltron.
Oh, there you go.
So unfortunately I've went back and watched the cartoon. It's terrible. It's 100% terrible. Here we go.
I had to play it.
Yeah.
But the fucking sound.
I've always had that affinity for it. And I used to actually own this robot here, the original one. But it was really fragile at the tails. The tails actually go into the arms, and they had a little locking mechanism right here that you could actually switch up into it. And they ended up breaking quite a bit, and I think my sisters broke a couple of them, and I couldn't save it anymore. I ended up picking that sucker up for, I think it was like $20, and this was back when I was young, and I had to, every major toy I bought, I had to earn. So I had to like mow lawns and get and all this stuff. So it was one of my most prized possessions right there, and I played the hell out of that sucker because it's not just one toy; it's 5 toys. So
Yeah.
you could break it apart, and then it's all the lines, So I mean, it was. And the new Netflix show is not bad, but I don't like the character model on it. It's just too round. It's too sleek. I don't know. There's something about it. But to buy these now, and they reissued this. They've I think they did a diamond masterpiece of it. It's just glorious and it's beautiful, but it comes with a beautiful price tag. So unfortunately, a lot of this stuff will never get relived in my eyes, when it comes to this, because just to buy the old vintage stuff is it's just as much as the new re-release. So, it's like, what do you get, at that point?
Right. Would you spend the same money on a older shitty toy
Yeah.
or a newer updated?
Right. It's like, which one would you actually, because I kind of have an inkling, because I do a lot of photography stuff, just amateur stuff, but I kind of would like to do some of that action figure photography that, you see where they do those still photos,
Yeah.
that stuff is cool as shit, where they do the action scenes, but it's with like just the action figures, and they do like a movie scene or something like that. That's so crazy.
There was a to go back to Toy Story for a second. There's 3 separate three separate people. There's three separate YouTube channels, whatever, that have completely reshot Toy Story with real toys.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking impressive. And I've watched all 3 of them, and they're like, it's shot for shot the movie, but with the actual toys. It's fucking impressive.
That is.
Yeah, very impressive. I think they're still working on the 3rd one. Maybe it's a second. I don't know. But the first one is definitely done. They're working on all 3. Maybe, and I think someone's doing the 4th one. But it's crazy. But a movie that reminds me of that is what the hell is that? Is like Small Soldiers or something?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Voltron. It unfortunately, I went back and watched that first series, and you don't even see the robot for like 4 episodes. So I don't know why I loved that as a kid, but I guess it just had to be the robot. I mean, that is 100% it. So. Yeah. And it always pissed me off when I was getting into my early teens, and fucking Power Rangers come out and all these people loved it. I was like, fuck that pussy shit. I'm the OG, Voltron, And then I go back and watch the cartoons, like, boy, this is fucking terrible. This is fucking terrible.
Would you have enjoyed Cloverfield more if it actually turned out to be?
Oh fuck yeah! I'm still waiting on that. Yeah, like a decent, like a good serious Voltron movie. That would be pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. So what were your guys' honorable mentions? Like, weren't good enough for the list. What you got?
My honorable mentions were actually stuff from my childhood that I don't have now, because my list is all stuff I actually still have. So like some of my stuff, like did you ever hear Mask?
Yes, Mask.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I mean, they didn't transform like Transformers, but they actually had like weapons that come out and shoot and stuff like that.
They were like real life utilitarian vehicles.
Yeah. I had actually my cousin Scott had the semi from Mask. I like that. It's just another one that's not action figure. Did any of you have My Pet Monsters?
My God.
Yes.
They made a live action movie of that too. It was horrible.
What in the fuck? It was like some BDSM fucking penis.
Yep.
He came with the handcuffs that would break off. But it was supposed to be like a story where he came to life or something, and it was your pet monster. It was I don't know.
The fucking 90s were weird, Justin.
I just missed it, but I was born in 97s.
I had Thundercats.
Oh yeah, and I was like, maybe Justin's is Thundercats. I was thinking to myself, I was like, maybe.
No,
I had
that
Lion.
was another train that I missed.
But I didn't know
I
how
was-
old you were either. So I was like, just depending on your age, with your whole cat aesthetic, I was like, Thundercats, that's got to
Oh,
be
here
it,
we go.
right?
He's like, is he
Fucking
a furry or
stereotypes.
not?
Yeah.
I missed the trade on Thundercats. No, I was never. I didn't even know about Thundercats until I got older.
Damn.
Okay, no, yeah, missed it. I was watching Jackie Chan adventures and shit. Like, I ain't got time for Thundercats. Fuck that.
Yeah, you were born right as the Matrix was coming out. And Blade.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Holy fuck, Eric.
That's all I had for my honorable mention.
So my honorable mentions, and I was going a little crazy with them. Let's see here. So I'm surprised none, Eric, that neither one of us mentioned really He-Man, or the Masters of the Universe. But
It came up a lot. It came up a lot, but no, it wasn't on anyone's list.
I did have He-Man and the Battle Cat, and I played with them quite a bit, but they were different sizes than everything else that I played with, as far as like action figures. So they didn't really mix too well with most of my sets, but I did have them. G.I. Joe's.
I had the horse. This right here.
Yeah.
From He-Man.
Is that from He-Man, or it almost looks like it's from that damn Wizard?
Is that from He-Man?
Animated?
When I looked it up, it said it was from He-Man, but
Okay.
I know I had this horse. I don't remember it in He-Man.
Maybe it's a Man-at-Arms horse or something. It looks weird as fuck. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
got like a weird look at the gun on the ass.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's weird.
Ain't no playing going on.
So I'm surprised we didn't really mention that, but I did play quite a bit with it, and I had a hand-me-down Castle Grayskull that was kind of broken when I got it. So, but I still loved it. It's still awesome. Yeah. I still want one today.
I know. I wish I had mine. I'm so pissed my mom threw mine away.
Yeah, Hot Wheels was always a staple with me. I mean, I didn't think it was notable to put on here. I mean, it's a car toy. G.I. Joe was always staple. And I know
the 6-inch or the 12-inch?
Yeah, no, the 6-inch.
6-inch.
Yeah, I mean that shit was crazy. And I know they made these huge, massive play sets, but I didn't have any of that shit. I may have had a plane or two from it, but it was always like beat all the shit.
Right.
I had more G.I. Joes than probably anything.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was from G.I. Joe. I think it was just some generic brand.
Yeah, like a dollar store or something that you'd buy.
It was massive. It was a giant space shuttle. And it actually had like a hole that you go at the bottom. It looked almost like a man cover, like on the street. But it was huge, and it fit the G.I. Joes perfectly. But
wow.
That's the only thing I had pretty much.
So
action figures.
I did put on here the McFarlane toys that were actually really just statues. Essentially,
we made some toys too because I had a Spawn.
Yeah, I mean, it started as Spawn, but later on they just became vignettes where you could just set them up and pose. So I know we actually bought the Matrix ones, several of those. I bought the Neo from the first and the third Matrix with the McFarlane toys, but I also had a couple of Spawns and like medieval Spawns and like a dragon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did McFarlane did they start out doing Spawn or did they start out doing the sports stuff?
Spawn.
I don't know. The sports stuff was pretty.
It was early too.
Sports stuff was pretty early.
It might have started out as McFarlane though.
Yeah.
I don't think
true.
But he was always
that was like the big thing with McFarlane because like his toys are kind of supposed to be statues.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that's why he did like the sports stuff because statues would lend themselves more than like figures for like sports heroes. And McFarlane is a huge sports nerd, so maybe it was like Spawn and like the football stuff on the at the same time.
I think it was pretty damn close. Like I know he heavily touted Spawn because that was his livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
He went out on a limb. Then we didn't really mention Transformers. That was really big. It was actually
I never had any.
I never had any.
I had some, and actually one of my actual ultimate favorite toys, I couldn't put it as one of mine, was this one actually.
Oh, that
It's
thing
called
looks cool.
Triptychon. My father left. It's gonna get dark. My father left when I was like 6, and this was the last thing that he gave me, was this toy, and I just remember playing with it, and that thing was fucking massive. And I always played my Hot Wheels on it because it unfolded into. I don't know if you can see this other one. I don't really know what you're seeing. Are you seeing my whole screen, or is it
I'm seeing
Just-
the toy.
just a picture?
Just a
Okay.
T-Rex.
So that it's called the Triptychon, and then when it unfolds, it looks like this thing.
Oh, it's like a little.
So it
Base or
becomes a little base,
Like a-
and you can
yeah.
It's like
see
micro machines almost.
you can see the car out here. So my Hot Wheels would fit on it, so I would play it all the time. So they re-released this thing like a couple years back, and it's like 4 times bigger than this. It is massive, and it's like $250.
Oh, damn.
Holy shit!
I was like, holy fuck, because I was watching like a video on it, and I was like, what was that toy? Because I vividly remember the T-Rex. I was like, what was that damn thing? And I never had the Optimus or anything like that, but I had this for some damn reason. They got me this, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I love dinosaurs and robots, so this was perfect. So they got me this, but it was just crazy to that they ended up getting me that, and then a couple more that I had, and this is off the wall, and it was the original Super Soaker. If you had this sucker, you know, and I want one still to this day, because this sumbitch,
They
it
were
was
awesome.
it was awesome. They don't make them like this. This sucker
No.
shoots forever. Like, if you can find this is really good to have right here. It is crazy. And Pogs. Do you remember Pogs? This shit took everybody by storm. Justin, do you even know what that?
I don't.
Yeah.
No idea.
You need to look it up.
Wow.
Look it up on YouTube or
Pogs.
something. Watch. Yeah, and I recently found out what they actually were. They were milk bottle toppers that they played with in Hawaii, and they started. It's a stacking game.
Oh, okay.
That you would have these little round circular
Like
cardboard
a cardboard
pieces.
cutout.
Yeah, essentially, and you would basically had a bigger, heavier plastic, sometimes metal piece that you would slam down on them, and if you turned any over, you won the ones that you turned over. Sometimes for keeps, sometimes just for that round, and it took over. You want to talk about Funko Pops? This was probably the original. I mean, it had every license. I mean, it was
because you put
Marvel.
anything on it.
Anything. I mean, it was just printed on cardboard. So
Just cardboard, yeah.
it took over, and somebody said it was coming back. It was just crazy. I think there's a thing on YouTube. I was briefly looking at it today because it struck me. I was like, oh shit, Pogs. You know, I was trying to think of off the wall stuff from the 90s, and that is definitely off the wall.
God, I've never heard of Pogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Never.
I mean, that it's hard to stress is how much that stuff took over for maybe a summer, maybe a year. Yeah, I mean, it was everywhere, and people were trading it. I mean, in a cafeteria, you'd get slammers that were they look like little like buzz saws. They had like a yin yang design on them. I mean, it was crazy. Like, it was all kinds of like infinitely designable. You know, is I've told you the 90s were fucking weird. To the extreme.
Oh.
Yeah, here they are. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Look at the Indiana Jones.
I was just looking at that. That's why I said, "Oh my God!" Like, oh my
Junior.
God.
Yeah, and then we
Junior.
also got Batman.
Batman. Ren and Stimpy looks like maybe.
Eric, what is this creature up front in the blue? I know this creature.
It's not. I was thinking Ren and Stimpy, but it doesn't.
No, it's a stinky thing. It's
I don't know what it is.
Is it the raid? No, it's not the raid bugs.
It looks similar to that, but it's not it. Yeah.
Yeah, this shit
just like little cardboard discs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This shit is crazy. It's crazy. I can't explain it. I can't justify it.
I wonder. I mean, you said they were big, but I wonder if there's like anyone that's just like, if Pogs made it on anyone's top 5 toy list.
Oh, I don't know. I seen them today. They're selling them still on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then somebody had an article I was trying to read earlier. It said, "Are Pogs making a comeback?" Yeah, Pogs
No.
and collect. Yeah, no. The answer is no.
No. People have cell phones these days. Kids don't want to play with cardboard anymore.
But I mean, it's kind of interesting, I guess, to think about the game and the mechanics of it. It's just like, what is it? Shit. We just slam down on it and it turns over like, like that's exactly what I was looking at. So you got like Braveheart. What is that? Pulp Fiction? No kid should have that. The Mask, Apollo 13. I mean, it's everything. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Pocahontas.
They had makers where you literally made your own. Like
this is.
I feel like we need to make some.
And there's like 5 Pocahontases here.
Yeah, I see this. Pocahontas, and then there's Patrick Stewart. I see in the background.
We need to make some podcast pogs.
I was just saying, I'm like, we should make some fucking. I'll make some Mr. Whiskah's Clubhouse pogs. You guys make some fucking Geek Town ones.
We'll make a comeback. We'll meet every year and have like a tournament and
no one will care.
No. Oh man, it's so stupid.
Instead of like a challenge coin, we'll do the fucking pogs.
Yeah.
Pogs.
What's your honorable mentions there, Justin?
My honorable mentions, I wasn't even, so I'm just going to, off the top of my head. Hot Toys. I had 2 Hot Toys, sold both of them. You know, I don't know if either of you guys have owned a Hot Toy or anything, but like there was like, before you buy a Hot Toy, there's like the sense of like, you're getting like a next level premium format figure, you know, like, so the first time I was buying it, I was just like, okay, I'm graduating from Migos and going to the Hot Toys. So the first Hot Toy, the first Hot Toy that I bought was a used 1989 Michael Keaton Batman one that I had for a bit, and it was cool, but Christ, it was underwhelming.
No.
I was so underwhelmed. Like, it was nice, but like it was a plastics body with a rubber suit. So it was pretty, like, you can't. The light went out, but whatever. You couldn't really pose him a whole lot. Like, he came with like these little sticks that you would put in his cape, and he could do like the cape wingspan thing, and he would hold the little sticks in his hand, but you can't fucking raise his arms high enough to actually make it. So it was just I was pretty disappointed.
It's like they sell you this great grand idea of it, but you can't really execute it there.
Yeah, like he had like in like the back of his head had like a removable panel, and you could move his eyes to make him look in different directions, which broke the first time I used it. So I had a cross-eyed fucking Batman. You couldn't see it when he was on the shelf, but when he was that's the one. That's the one.
His head looks massive to his body.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah. It was a disappointment. I mean, it was a cool concept.
Yeah.
And I had it for a while, and it looked good on my shelf. And the other hot toy I had was Man of Steel Superman. The only reason why I bought that one was because I really wanted to feel what that fabric, like, because like they made like a new fabric for the figure, and like watching the movie, I just wanted to feel what the texture would be like in my hands. That was literally why I bought it. Like, I want to touch it. And it was, again, that one. Yeah, that's the one. That one wasn't too bad. He was posable. He came with like a flight stand. So, and the base was pretty big.
Whole bunch of hands.
Whole bunch of hands. Like, that was like the only accessory he really came with. Was just hands. I kind of wish he came with like a head or something, but he was cool.
Zod's head, where he snapped it.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, those are the only 2 hot toys that I had. What was I can't remember what the fuck company they're called. It's like a Japanese company. fuck, what the hell's it called? I can't remember. I got like a Ninja Turtle from them, but they're pretty well known. I'm blanking on the name right now. I'm sorry, but they're pretty well known toy company too, and I was pretty disappointed with them as well. They're the Mezco one scale, whatever the fuck they're called. I think that's what they're called. Maybe. I don't remember. My brain's turning to mush.
I know they make some pretty extravagant stuff now, and
yeah,
boy, they come with a
I
high dollar
think
amount.
I much prefer my shitty Mego over those Hot Toys.
Your Mego actually looks really good. I like the Australian one. That one's pretty
that's
cool.
really
Yeah, the Australian one's really nice. But like the packaging is even nice.
Yeah.
Like the packaging for the Migos here were just a box. Just like there's actual packaging over there. Like, wow, I actually gave a fuck. Yeah.
You got any others?
No, I don't think so. I will tell because I didn't know I don't really have a whole lot of honorable mentions. I will tell one story real quick because I texted my mom and was like, "Hey mom, what's like one toy or something that like I always had to have?" And she and for my podcast, I'm going to be interviewing my mom, so maybe we'll dive into this story a little bit more on my show. But so I was obsessed. Is putting it. Obsessed isn't enough. I was obsessive over Blue's Clues when I was a child. So I had like that big red chair that fucking Steve sat in. I had like 3 of them. I had like an inflatable one that popped, and then like I had 2 of those, and then my mom found like an actual one she bought. And then I had a Steve striped blue shirt, which was because my mom couldn't find one in the boys section, so it was actually a girl's shirt, and it had like the little magenta pink dog on it. But like the actual toy part of this story is the notebook. So they used to sell. Like the part of the show was like you would help figure out clues and shit with Steve, and he'd have his little notebook with his crayon and shit. But like this notepad that they sold with the Steve crayon and everything, it was like just laminate paper and a cheap crayon. But I was so insistent on having the official Blue's Clues Steve crayon that every time it broke, my mom had to go out and buy a whole new notebook. Yeah, every single time, and like I must have gone through at least 20.
Wow.
And then there was that one point she said that she found at a store just like a pack of just Blue's Clues crayons, and she just like stockpiled, and every time I would break one, she would just, "Here you go, child."
Gay.
I had to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So there you go, Blue's Clues.
So this is the type of stuff I've been looking into that I was talking about that my wife is trying to kill me now.
Oh my word,
wow.
that would come with divorce papers.
Yeah.
That would.
So and they have several of these, but the reason why it comes with divorce papers is this right here. Yeah.
1350. Holy shit.
No, that's never gonna happen. But
that's a pre-sale too. That shit's gonna go up.
Yeah, I mean it's astounding though. I mean it's just crazy what they can do now. But like I would like to take some figures and just pose them and then superimpose like a background behind it, and just make my own art out of it. I think it would be neat to do that stuff.
Yeah, because like just like the Marvel Legends would look perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna start buying them again because I would do that because like this stuff here, I mean it's just like just to be able to just to pose them in a way that sure I can draw some of this stuff, but I think it's a different take to actually capture it in like a 3D sense with a picture, and learn how to put the shades and the lighting and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, Eric is an actual artist, so he could probably help you out.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Fucking podcast is over.
You forgot paid artist. Actual paid artist.
Shit. There we go. Keep dropping my phone. But yeah, don't. So.
Man, it was a really good episode. I enjoyed this trip down memory lane for sure.
Yeah,
Justin.
nice little nostalgia
fuck
trip.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, it was a welcome escape from this shit that's going on around us. That's for
Oh,
damn sure.
God. Tell me about it. I know.
So
I've been struggling with my show because because it's just me. Like I don't have a co-host to kind of bounce ideas off of. So it's like, what the fuck do I talk about other than current events?
Right.
There's nothing else going on.
Just look into nostalgia and go back to your happy place, you know.
Oh, yeah, apparently. Yeah, this was really fun though. This was great. I almost wore the white Countdown to Geektown shirt, but it's fucking hot. I don't want to ruin it. It's like sweating through it.
But thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
so
thanks,
do
man.
you guys mind if I release this on Mr. Whiskah's as well? You
No.
guys will have it like a couple days before. Like I'll release it a couple days after.
No, that's fun.
That's fine.
But okay, cool.
You want
I
to
appreciate it.
pimp where to find it?
Oh yeah, mwclubhouse.com is where you could find all the episodes, the videos, the merch. I got cat pics. You could contact the show through there. It's mwclubhouse.com is a hub for everything for my show. I mean, you could find Mr. Whiskah's Clubhouse on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all those other platforms, but the website is really where everything comes together.
Yeah, you can get the full experience there for
Yeah,
sure.
For
A
sure.
lot of kitty pictures.
A lot of kitty pictures, yes. But yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope the background noise wasn't too much. I was getting eaten alive by fucking bugs sitting next to this bog.
No, it's fine, man.
Thanks for
But,
coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.
Later.
Peace.